unlock a powerful way to, connect with more people on TikTok and really get your content seen without getting lost in all that endless scrolling. Welcome to the deep dive. We sift through the information to bring you the insights that actually matter. Today, we're zeroing in on TikTok's Stitch feature. Specifically how you can use it for some seriously smart collaborations. And speaking of getting noticed, if you're looking to really amplify your social media game, like across different platforms, and maybe connect with top creators, you might want to check out rapidboost.net. They offer some interesting tools and services that could help you level up. Anyway, our goal today is pretty straightforward. Give you concrete strategies for using TikTok Stitch, stuff to spark creative collaborations, fuel engagement, and, well, grow your audience. We've got some fascinating ideas from an article all about these Stitch collaborations. So let's get into it.
Yeah, it's really interesting how TikTok keeps evolving, isn't it? Beyond just like the short, funny clips. And Stitch is a perfect example of that. It really fosters interaction, community building. For anyone who maybe isn't super familiar, Stitch lets you grab a short bit, like up to 5 seconds, from someone else's video.
Just 5 seconds, okay.
Yeah, up to 5. And then you seamlessly add your own content right after it.
Yeah.
So it creates this like connected thread.
Right, which is different from a duet where you're side by side.
Exactly. Duet's the split screen. Stitch is more like building onto something.
Okay. And this isn't just for fun, right? It seems like a real tool for creators, even brands.
Oh, definitely. The article we looked at really highlights that. They mentioned that collaborative content using Stitch sees, get this, an average of 38% higher engagement than standalone videos.
38%. Wow. That's pretty significant.
It really is. It just shows the power of bringing different voices, different perspectives together. When you collaborate using Stitch, you're hitting your audience, sure, but you're also tapping into your collaborators' followers.
So it's like cross-pollination.
Exactly. It can lead to that sort of organic growth we're always talking about, just a natural expansion fueled by, shared creativity and energy.
Okay, so the potential is clear. Now let's get practical. The article lays out 10 specific ideas, right? Let's maybe start with the first one. Finish the story challenges. How does that work?
Right. Finish the story. So basically, a creator starts some kind of narrative. Could be a mystery, a funny setup, maybe something dramatic, just in the first few seconds. But the key is they leave it hanging, open-ended.
Ah, like a cliffhanger.
Precisely. And the call to action is for other creators to use Stitch to add their continuation of the story, their twist.
That sounds really engaging. So it becomes this like community-built narrative.
Totally. It taps into that basic curiosity. People just want to know what happens next.
Mm-hmm.
And for creators, it's a great prompt. A chance to show off their creativity, add their own spin. Multiple people get to shine. The article mentioned the hashtag Once Upon a Stitch challenge.
Mm-hmm.
People apparently built whole fairy tale worlds just through linked stitches. Millions of views, tons of collaborations. It can really take off.
That's a fantastic example. Okay, let's look at number 2. React and respond. Expert takeover stitches. This sounds, well, smart for building authority.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
The idea here is you stitch with, say, content from leaders in your industry, or maybe even just relevant viral clips, and you offer your professional take, your insights, your reaction.
Like a chef critiquing a recipe video.
Exactly. Or maybe a health expert commenting on a wellness trend they saw, or a finance pro reacting to market news.
Okay, I see. It taps into that need for credible info online.
Right. And Stitch makes it digestible. It positions you as a trusted resource.
Makes sense. Any tips for making those stand out?
Yeah, the article suggested using specific hashtags. Things like hashtag #ProStitch or hashtag #ExpertTake.
No.
Helps people find that industry-specific stuff, And it might even connect experts for future collabs.
Good tip. Okay, number 3. Your turn skill demos. This feels more like community-focused and fun.
Definitely. This is where you show off a skill. Could be anything, really. A dance move, a cool trick shot, an art technique.
Like a mini tutorial?
Sort of, yeah. You demonstrate it, and then you explicitly invite others. Your turn. Try this using Stitch.
It's like a virtual challenge.
Exactly. It builds that community feel, maybe a little friendly competition. These often have huge viral potential because people love trying things and sharing their attempts. Remember the hashtag #PateWithMeChallenge? That was a great example. Artists of all levels jumping in on the same prompt created this amazing collection of art.
Yeah, I saw some of those. Very cool. Okay, next up, remix this. Music and sound collabs. This sounds like it could get really creative.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
This is perfect for musicians, obviously, but also anyone who creates interesting sounds. You post a short riff, maybe a beat, a hook,
Mhm.
even just a weird sound effect.
Yeah, and then
And then you invite others to stitch their own layers on top. Vocals, other instruments, more sound effects.
yeah,
Whatever
it's
fits.
like a digital jam session that just keeps growing.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Music's so universal, right?
Mm.
Stitch makes it super easy to build on someone else's idea. Each edition can spin it in a totally new direction.
That sounds incredibly collaborative.
It really is.
Yeah.
And the article had a stat for this too from 2023. Apparently, collaborative tracks using Stitch got 54% more shares than solo music stuff.
Wow, 54% more shares. That really shows the power of working together.
Definitely speaks volumes.
Okay, number 5, creative product reviews and unboxings. How does Stitch change the game here? Seems like a good angle for brands.
Yeah, instead of just one person reviewing, the initial creator starts an unboxing or maybe a quick demo,
Mm-hmm.
and then encourages others to stitch their honest reactions or show how they actually use the product in their life.
Ah, so you get multiple perspectives. More authentic, maybe.
Exactly. It feels less like an ad and more like genuine user feedback. You get a more like 360-degree view of the product.
I can see how viewers would trust that more.
Totally. And brands benefit from that earned advocacy. The article mentioned a beauty brand example launched a lipstick, used this stitch strategy,
Yeah,
doubled their followers in about a month. Shows it can really work for building awareness and community.
that's impressive. Okay, number 6 is before and after transformations. Always popular content.
Super popular. So you share a before clip, messy desk, pre-haircut, blank canvas, you name it.
Right.
And then you invite others to stitch their after transformation.
People love a glow up. Why does Stitch work so well for this?
Well, it taps into that fascination with progress, with improvement. Seeing lots of different transformations is just inspiring. It makes people want to join in or maybe start their own project.
Yeah.
The hashtag #RoomGlowUp hashtag was mentioned as an example. Loads of creators sharing makeovers boosted everyone's visibility.
Nice. Okay, 7th idea. Original question and answer chains. Sounds like a direct way to get audience interaction going.
Yeah, pretty simple concept. You pose a question, could be serious,
Mhm.
funny, maybe tied to a trend,
Mm-hmm.
and then you specifically challenge people to stitch their answers.
So it's like starting a conversation thread, but with video replies.
Exactly. Turns passive scrolling into active participation.
Mm-hmm.
And think about the reach. As people add their answers, you're potentially hitting their audiences too. The chain grows.
Smart.
Yeah. And the article had a good tip. End your question video with a really clear call to action, like stitch this with your answer. Makes it obvious what you want people to do.
Good point. Number 8 is interesting. Incomplete tutorials. Show me how you'd finish. Kind of leaves things open.
Yeah, I like this one. You start demonstrating something, a tutorial, a recipe, maybe a DIY hack, but you stop just before the final step.
And then you ask people.
You ask them to stitch how they would finish it or how they'd personalize it.
Ah, that's clever. It invites all sorts of different ideas and solutions.
Right. It brings in diverse perspectives, cool hacks people have figured out, and it makes your followers feel really invested, like they're co-creating. The hashtag Unfinished Art Challenge was mentioned, where artists would complete sketches started by others, led to some really unexpected cool results.
I bet. Okay, almost there. Number 9, cross-niche collaboration stitches. This sounds like a way to really expand your horizons.
Totally. This is about deliberately teaming up with creators from totally different areas.
Yeah.
Like, imagine a fitness person collaborating with a chef.
Or like the article said, a travel vlogger and a language teacher.
Exactly. You find ways to stitch each other's content, blending your themes together in a creative way.
That definitely keeps things fresh. What's the big benefit there?
Well, besides keeping your content from getting stale, you can potentially tap into a whole new audience pool. Their followers see you, your followers see them.
Right, doubling your exposure potentially.
Could be huge. Plus, it shows you're versatile. The article's case study, that travel vlogger language teacher collab, how to order food in 10 countries, they saw a 40% jump in cross-niche followers in just 2 weeks.
Wow, 40%. That really shows the potential. Okay, last one, number 10. Duet versus Stitch face-offs. Sounds a bit meta.
It is kind of meta.
Yeah.
So you start some kind of challenge or prompt, but then you show both ways people could respond using Duet and using Stitch.
Okay.
Then you ask people to pick a side. Choose their preferred format, Duet or Stitch, and then stitch their response using that method.
So you're making the collaboration method part of the challenge itself.
Exactly. It sort of gamifies the whole thing, lets people show off their creativity in the format they like best. Plus, it can spark discussion about the features themselves. And apparently, according to the article, these kinds of trend-based duet stitch combo challenges, they can generate up to 62% more interaction.
62%. That's a huge difference.
Yeah, playing with the platform's features seems to really resonate.
Okay, wow. 10 really solid, diverse ideas there. But, having the ideas is one thing. How do you actually make them work? What are the practical steps? The article touched on that too, right?
Absolutely. It's not just about throwing an idea out there. First off, choosing the right partners is key.
Right. Not just anyone.
Not just anyone. Look for creators whose audience overlaps with yours in some way, or maybe complements it. And don't just look at follower counts, check their engagement rates. Are people actually interacting? And crucially, do they seem genuinely interested in collaborating?
Good points. Engagement over sheer numbers. What else?
Clear prompts. Your call to action needs to be unmistakable. Tell people exactly what you want them to do with the stitch. Make it easy to jump in, but still leave room for their own creativity.
Lower the barrier to entry. Makes sense.
The promotion is huge.
Yeah.
Don't just post your initial stitch and hope for the best.
You got to push it.
You got to push it. Share the stitches people create in your stories. Maybe pin your favorites to your profile. Give shout-outs in your captions. Tag the creators. Make them feel seen.
And hashtags.
Definitely use relevant hashtags. Maybe even create a unique one just for your collaboration series. And always tag your partners. Visibility and appreciation.
And finally,
Measure things. Use TikTok analytics. See what's working. Look at watch time, shares, follower spikes after a stitch collab. Learn from it. Adjust your strategy.
okay.
And, for businesses or professionals listening, this isn't just for fun. Stitch collabs can be a great way to find influencer partners, create buzz around a product or service, or just establish yourself as a thought leader.
Right. It has real strategic value. So let's kind of wrap the main points. Stitch is way more than just a feature. It's a serious tool for collaboration on TikTok.
Definitely a game changer.
We've covered 10 cool formats: finish the story, expert takes, skill demos, cross-niche stuff, incomplete tutorials. Lots of options.
The common thread seems to be sparking trends, building community, an ecosystem where everyone wins.
Yeah, and the key to making it work is being strategic about it, right? Choosing partners carefully, crafting clear prompts, promoting the heck out of it.
Exactly. That's what unlocks the engagement and the growth. It's moving from just making your own stuff to actually co-creating with your community.
So hopefully you listening now have 10 concrete strategies you can start experimenting with. Ways to use TikTok Stitch to boost your collaborations, grow your audience, and for a final thought, something for you to chew on. Think about an unexpected cross-niche collaboration. What two areas that seem totally unrelated could you bring together using a stitch? Something that would really surprise your audience and get them talking.